Hi, second grade. I want to look at the capstone for your math for task number 6, essentially your capstone, your final project, and kind of walk you through some of that and give you some examples and help you a little bit. So we're going to start with your packet, and it looks like this. All right, so to go through, it just has some examples, some instructions, and then it also gives you some models. So when it talks about breaking it apart in that bar model, that part whole, sorry, I have to sneeze. So you have your part, and how many altogether. So think of this as saying like your whole is 6. To make 6, you can do 4 and 2, 3 and 3. So the 4 and the 2 be your 2 parts equals your 6, how many altogether? Or 3 and 3 are your 2 parts, and your 6 is how many altogether, okay? You can use this for adding or and also for subtracting, okay? So either or, if you're using it for subtracting, usually in your problem they would tell you, say, for example, I have 18 balloons altogether. That would be your whole, okay? Out of those 18 balloons, 6 of them are red. That's your part 6. And how many are blue? Your other part for blue, you're gonna find, you're gonna need to subtract. So you take your whole of 18 minus your 6 of your part, and that'll get you how many you have left, okay, which will be 12. All right, so you can use it for adding and subtracting. It also gives you your base 10 blocks, so your ones, your tens, your hundreds, that are helpful for when you are drawing a quick picture to illustrate and explain how you solve your problems drawing that picture. In the problems, the word problems, it asks you to use the cubes model to solve those word problems. So cubes, basically each letter stands for a different step of your problem. So cubes, first you're gonna circle your key numbers. Look for the key numbers that are in your problem. Then you can underline the question. So how many are left? How much, okay? B, you're gonna box in those action words. So like words like the total, the difference, how many are each, how many groups. So those ones you're boxing in are the words that you're gonna say whether you're adding or subtracting. Evaluate, what are you going to do? That's when you actually start thinking about, okay, how am I gonna solve this problem? And then S, solve your problem and show all of your work. Don't leave anything off, okay? Show us how you solved it or write us how you solved it. Okay. So here's a model of the break apart strategy. So you're breaking apart 538 and 216. You're breaking it apart into each place value. So 538, 500s plus 30s plus 8 is 538. 216, 200 plus 10 plus 6. Then you can add your hundreds plus your tens plus your ones, and then add them all together and you'll get your final sum, all right? Your quick picture, remember that chart that I showed you just a few minutes ago with your ones, your tens, and your hundreds? Here is the number 231 and 218 in your ones and tens and hundreds, broken apart by place value and with a quick picture drawn, okay? Your child should be somewhat familiar with doing it this way and showing a picture of the ones and tens and the hundreds. Okay, so let's get to our task 1. So there's a chart here that's gonna help you, and they want you to use the chart to help answer your questions, okay? So it's looking at bridges. The name of the bridge, the Senator Bridge, is 390 feet in its longest span, okay? The virtual bridge is 258 feet. We're using this information to solve number 1 and number 2, okay? Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna go through number 1 with you. So it says, if we put 2 bridge spans together, what would be the length of the total span? Be sure to show your work using either the bar model, break apart strategy, or draw your picture and label your answer, okay? So I'm gonna show you how I'm going to do that. Let me go ahead and turn my computer so you can see my whiteboard. All right, so first thing, look at your problem right there. If we put the 2 bridge spans together, what would be the length of the total span be? Okay, so that tells me if I'm finding the total span, I'm probably going to be adding. All right, so look at number 1. We have to show our work. Okay, so let's use the bar model first, okay? So we know the Senator Bridge The Senator Bridge is 394 feet. Okay, and I know the virtual bridge is 258 feet. Okay, so I want to know the total span of them, right? So let's use the bar model to solve. So I'm going to draw my bar. Okay, and I know I have one part here, one part here. So I have 394 and 258. I don't know what my whole number is. I don't know how many I have altogether. But since I have my part and my part, I'm going to add these two together. Okay, 394 and 258. All right. Now, I don't know about you, but I can't add those numbers in my head. So I'm going to take the bar model, and then I'm going to go and I'm going to draw a quick picture. Okay, quick picture is where we have our ones, our tens, and our hundreds. Okay, so let's see what's the best way to do this. So I have 394 and 258. Okay, I'm adding them up. 394. I have a 3 in the hundreds place. I'm going to draw 3 hundreds. 100, 200, 300. Okay, I have 9 tens, so I'm draw 9 tens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 tens. Okay, 390 for ones. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 394. I'm adding to that 258. So I have 2 hundreds, 100, 200. I have 5 tens, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. And I have 8 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, I want to see how many I have all together. Let's see. I have 500s plus how many tens? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Plus how many ones? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, equals. So I have 5 hundreds plus 14 tens plus 12 ones. So when we add those numbers together, it's kind of difficult because 5 plus 14 is 19. Well, that's not going to tell me I had 19 tens or 19 hundreds. That's not right. So look at the number 14. If I have 14 tens, okay, and I think of this as tens, let's count. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 130, 130, 140. So really, think of it as 140, right? And if I have 12 ones, it's really 110 and 2 ones, okay? So if I'm going to add this up, I'm going to need to regroup. Think of it as 5 plus 14 plus 12, okay? 14 tens is 140, okay? So if I give this to here, this 5 becomes a 6, okay? Make sense? No? All right, so that becomes a 6. Your 2 is still in your ones. The tens place is the tricky one, okay? So you're essentially, you're going to end up with your 4 still in the tens, okay? So you have 642. Right, and I lined these up wrong over here. This should be over here. Okay, all right. Should be 642 because you take off 10 of these and make it another 100. And then you have 4 tens left. and then you take these 10s and make it into a 10, okay? So it becomes 542. So your total span of the two is 542. It can get confusing when you're adding and you're doing it this way. So just take the time to look at really what is the 10s worth if it's more than 10 10s, and you have to give another hundreds over, okay? And the like. Now look at question 2, okay? Again, there's no numbers in it, it's a circle, but number 2 says, how many more feet is the span of the Senator Bridge than the span of the virtual bridge? Be sure to show your work using either the bar model, break apart strategy, or draw your picture and label your answer, okay? So look at this one, use your information here. You have the 394 feet of the Senator Bridge and the 258 feet of the virtual bridge, okay? This time we wanna know the difference, okay? So that's a word you would box in, the difference, okay? It tells you you're going to subtract, okay? And you can use the same method with subtracting, all right? All right, go ahead and do that. You can pause this video, and you can always rewind it if you need help, okay? I know it's a little bit confusing, but draw the pictures. And you know, I'll even go as far as when you are finished and your parents have checked your answer, then you can go ahead and check your work on a calculator also, okay? Just to make sure you're correct, but please make sure you've shown all of your work and you've labeled your work, okay? And then you are done this task, and we'll go to question number 3, 4, 5, and 6 on our next lesson, my friends. Nice work.